If the Packers are going to make a run to the Super Bowl, it is going to be up to the players on their roster. Green Bay stood pat at the trade deadline despite a lack of production at the wide receiver position once you get beyond Davante Adams. And take a look at these numbers. Adams has more than doubled the production of every other receiver on the roster over the last 2 years. Allen Lazard is second in each of these major categories, but he's missed the team's last 4 games while on injured reserve. And so let me bring the conversation here first to Mr. Graziano, our insider extraordinaire. Why didn't the Packers get anything done yesterday?
Fundamentally, they believe they have a good enough team to contend for the Super Bowl as they already did in the offseason. And this is the Packers. The way they operate their organization, it is draft and develop. If you're going to trade significant draft picks for a player in season, it's not going to be a player that only has 2 months left on his contract. For example, we talked about Will Fuller, the Texans wide receiver, as a potential option. Green Bay just never got to the point where the price was appealing and made them feel like it was worth it in terms of sacrificing their big picture view for the short term.
And so the specific names that we came up with involved a bunch of receivers, particularly Texans receivers like Will Fuller, for example. Do we know what it is the Texans were looking for Will Fuller?
Specifically, no, but we know the Texans weren't going to give him away. They like him, and they understand that Deshaun Watson likes him and needs receivers to throw to. They already took DeAndre Hopkins away from him. So if he leaves, if Will Fuller leaves at the end of the season as a free agent, Texans probably end up recouping a third-round compensatory draft pick as a result. So it makes sense to think that you would have to give them more than a third-round pick to get the guy, and a second-round pick for the Packers is a big deal. Davante Adams was a second-round pick. They really believe in the value of those picks as the foundation of their team and their perennial success.
All right, so that is where the Green Bay Packers and their legendary quarterback stand as of this morning. Let me bring my football crew in for this morning, and there they are. Dominique Foxworth, David Pollack, and the big fella D. Wood are all ready to go today. And Neek, let me start with you. In your opinion, I'll put it as simply as I can. Do you believe the Packers blew it not making a deal for Will Fuller yesterday?
No, I don't think that they blew it not making a deal. I think their offense certainly could be better, but their offense hasn't been the huge problem so far this year. The problem was on the defensive side of the ball, and the issues that they have on defense won't be solved by trading for one player. There's only few players out there that can make a big enough difference on the defense, and I don't think the teams are trying to trade players like that. So I think the Packers were stuck in this situation. I know draft and develop is normally their philosophy. They've gone into free agency aggressively the last couple of years, but I don't think selling the farm to try to make a run right now is the move that they should have made. So given what was on the table, I'm satisfied with the Packers did nothing yesterday.
That's one vote for satisfied with nothing. Damian Woody, what do you vote for?
Well, I would have liked to have seen them make a move, but I just, the question is, who was it going to be? You're talking about Will Fuller. Will Fuller's a guy that, can obviously stretch the field, but he's also an injury-prone guy. And if you're a team like the Green Bay Packers that draft and develop, why would you give up, an asset, for a guy that you might not, you really can't depend on because of his injury history? So I would have liked to see another piece for Aaron Rodgers to make a good push, but I don't think there's really anyone out there for the Green Bay Packers to go out there and get.
All right, so I can't get anyone to agree with me. David Pollack, let me ask you this question. As they are currently constructed, do you believe the Green Bay Packers are a Super Bowl team this season?
No, and by the way, I just got annoyed big time with Neek and Woody because they said draft and develop. Who the heck did they draft? Jordan Love and A.J. Dillon. Like, the defense sucked a year ago. We knew this, right? Like, we knew this coming into the season. So when you spend your first 2 picks, which is your most important players that are going to come in and make an immediate impact. Mostert, by the way, last year, had over 200 yards from scrimmage, destroyed you. Hey, I might need to stop the run. That might be a great idea. By the way, we knew they needed help with Davante Adams. T. Higgins would look great, wouldn't they? So, I mean, the Packers lost this on the draft night, by the way. This is something that's going to continue to be a problem. Their defense isn't going to get better. By the way, it's missed tackle after missed tackle after missed tackle. So they could have brought somebody in. It's not going to help them right now.
I knew I liked this David Pollack. He's 100% right. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.